I just watched a documentary about Townes Van Zandt, I believe the singer's name, and it just documented his trials and tribulations of growing up. He came from a stable family, had, a middle-class family, had a very good childhood, and felt cheated because he didn't suffer and wasn't exposed to the things that a lot of people, the less fortunate, had to endure. And then it just goes through his life and talks about, how he's sniffing glue, how he jumped out of a 4-story building, how he had to go into kind of a shock treatment center to erase his memory. And there's this really popular myth, and it gets perpetuated from generation to generation, that artists or creative people or geniuses need to suffer, need to be these messed up, defunct, neurotic, just self-destructive people. And I think that is such a sad thing to perpetuate. And sometimes, and I believe that a lot of people will actually create this into reality because they believe that they need this path in order to become a genius, or in order to get noticed, or in order to be an artist. And on a more common scale, amongst the masses of people, so much of our suffering is self-created. We welcome it, we embrace it, we kind of court it and create drama-filled lives when it doesn't need to be that way. And we blame the circumstances or people or situations for why we're unhappy or for why we're suffering. And when we say, hey, wait a second, and this is very, very healthy way and transformational way, and you notice instantaneous positive results when you self-reflect and say, how did I create this drama or this stress or this problems in my life? And oftentimes, most of the times, it's our life choices. It's the things that we do that we look only to the short-term gain and don't think about the long-term pain. And I have a friend, for example, who is constantly complaining about money problems and gas problems. And meanwhile, she just bought a brand new car, and doesn't get great gas mileage and costs a lot of money. And there's so many situations like that, or complain about relationships, and then we blame the other person. Oh, this person did this to me and they broke my heart and they treated me horribly. I'm like, hello, didn't you see the writing on the wall? Couldn't you see beforehand that this person was toxic? In fact, I even warned you about that this person was toxic. Why are you choosing to intermesh your life with that person? So I think we all need a wake-up call and say, and really spend some time. How often do we do this, where we just spend time in self-reflection? I heard one person say, every night before he goes to bed, he'll look back on his day and look for areas on which he can improve, areas where he made mistakes, and learn and prosper from them. But the moment we play the victim and blame other things, we create the suffering. And so it's a myth. We don't need to perpetuate suffering in our lives to achieve greatness or to become someone, or it's just not necessary. It's a self-destructive thing. And the worst thing is our society and culture idolizes these people that have very destructive personalities and poor role models. The famous people that famous musicians that are on drugs, or the actors that try to commit suicide, or just the whole Hollywood type. We put them on a pedestal instead of saying, you know what, I want to put someone on a pedestal based on their actions of right living, based on their sense of compassion, of giving to other people, of selflessness, of emotional stability. That instability is a choice. And if it's something that we've kind of grown up in an unstable situation, well, then it's a choice to whether it's not to heal yourself or to continue the same destructive habit patterns. And once we stop blaming other people, regain control of our lives, and start, like an athlete, working out in the areas that we're weak and strengthening it, and choosing to have positive role models, and get out there and get above and beyond ourselves by volunteering and helping other people and practicing compassion, and stop drowning in our own drama, sorrows, and misery. Comments, ratings, subscriptions, greatly appreciated. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day. Bye.